just heard you saying that what you're passionate about. So is it, then can we say that is Ikigai synonymous to passion?
Not really. Ikigai is way beyond it, because a
Okay.
lot of people have a lot of passions.
Hmm.
We may have 100 or 200 passions and loves around it.
Yeah.
But can you transfer it in that particular north, east, west, south? I'm getting a direction right. Good point. The first time
Yeah.
I'm hearing it. So can
Because
you
it's
transfer it?
easier for people to understand
Right.
north and west. Yeah.
So can you transfer it from the north, which is a passion? Can you get it to the east, to the west, and to the south? So when you move it from the passion to what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can pay it for,
Yeah.
then it becomes holistic.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of times people have a lot of passions, but they don't seem to do anything about it, or when they get into it, they don't know what to do next, and they end up being paupers, or they end up struggling for existence because they've not come the full sequence down.
Yeah. They have not looked at every direction basically.
Correct, they've not looked at every direction, right?
So, regarding something like that, I wanted to share something which is very close to my heart as well, like a quick story, so that we divert a little bit from here. So one day I woke up and I'm 23 now, and I'm living with my parents, and I knew what I was good at, and I have been in law school, but I didn't know exactly why I was doing it and why. So, like when we talk about directions, why the world needed it, and it is quite materialistic. But the spirituality in me, or like the spiritual person in me, couldn't understand why exactly am I adding on to the sphere of an extra person, and what can I individually give the world. So quite didn't understand why the world needed that, and during that phase I was confused, and I took some time off and tried to figure my ikigai out, and I understood that it was to delight people. It was to help people. So I created this platform, and it makes me so happy, and I passionately work for it. And I put attention to every detail there is, and at the same time I'm relaxed about it. And working makes me happy. Working for helping people, working to build this platform up, working to engage with people. That makes me happy. So, of course, now everybody is wondering that, oh, Yash, you found your ikigai and you're happy where you are, and it sounds a bit self-centered. But where is my ikigai? What is my ikigai? How can we trace individual ikigais? How can somebody who's not found that, let's not call it passion. Let's not just deviate this by just saying that it's passion. Something inner, something inside you that burns. How do you find that? How do one trace their own individual ikigai?
Wow. So it's great, at the age of 23,
Yeah.
that you have got into something, although you're a lawyer and you moved out, and you're getting into a happiness coach.
Yeah.
And, there's small correction in your entire flow, because I know people come back and say, yeah, you self-centered.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that you like to delight people and to help people.
Yeah.
And that's where the third point is, of connecting the world. So you found the reason for your particular, you found a various passion. You're also getting good at it as we go on. You're studying well.
Yeah, I'm getting knowledge from all the coaches that we have. Yeah.
And now you're slowly getting the third point. What is it in the world that you're sensitive about and that you connect to? And that's important to understand. So a lot of people are connected. They get connected to, let's say, it could be poverty, or it could be children issues, or women issues, or unemployment, or environment. You are connected to joy and happiness in people.
Yeah.
That's what connects you to the world. And that's the third one, which is the third direction, or the west direction. So you're certainly doing something for the world,
Yeah.
because otherwise, on the other hand, actually, it would be just self-centered if you're just doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
You're trying to help people in some manner around it. And hey, when you're helping people, you reach the fourth quadrant. It's a very natural process. If you notice, it's not very artificial. It's very natural that when you do these three, you are reaching the fourth point, which is you're getting paid for it. The catch is it takes time. A lot of people start below, at the bottom of the quadrant, and I have a lot of friends. Their sons, they get into IT and computers and data science, because it starts below. They get a lot of money out of it.
Yeah.
They get a few lakhs out of it. So they start below. They never start at the top. The trick is, when you start from the top, it takes time to reach down.
So you have to first find your passion. What
Yes,
you yeah.
identify it, and then slowly work your way down. And we're all on a journey, and it takes time. And as and when it takes that time, it could take a few weeks, months, years.
Yeah.
But
As
once you get it,
yeah.
you've got it. For the rest of then there's no retirement, which is the first secret of Ikigai.
Yeah, we'll get to all these secrets of Ikigai, and very very well said actually, because you have to first find your passion, um, what, and then see if you're good at it, and find what makes you happy deep inside. And believe me, when you find something that makes you really happy, you never feel like it's a job. It's not 9 to 5. It's not something that you don't passionately work for. You, in the sense of calling it relaxed, your mind is stable. You're not thinking about a lot of things or being nervous about it. You're very confident in the skills that you have because that's your passion. So here are the four directions amalgamating with each other, and that's, I feel like that's how we've found our ikigai. So uh, with